Welcome back to PB's Toy Hunt. I am PB. Well, Giant Man made it. So what's next and what does it mean? Now, I've been out of pocket for a few days, so I haven't been able to post any videos, but I've definitely been watching. I saw all of the debate raging back and forth about why some collectors were backing and others weren't. Now, of course, you have some with extreme opinions on both sides. But the ones who really caught my attention, though, are the people who, just like me, wanted the figure but had strong reservations about what was being offered relative to the price we were being asked to pay. I've been collecting off and on since I was a child. I remember it being so joyful just not so long ago. There were very few issues getting what you wanted the normal way. You walk in the store, you see it on the shelf, you buy it, and you take it home. We all know how things are now. Our little hobby is now an ever-evolving billion-dollar community that has huge companies asking us to fund projects simply because they can, and we do it because they know we can't resist not doing it. Hasbro's Haslab Giant Man is the perfect example of what is right and wrong with present-day collecting. The right is collectors who want the figure getting something they've always desired for a price they are willing to pay. Have to admit, the base figure has great design, amazing articulation, and will look great on the shelf. I would never fault anyone for helping the figure get funded. However, there are some not so great things we have to admit about this figure too. We got gouged on this one, people. It's okay to say, I bought, but I know I paid more than I should. The base figure should have been maybe $150, $175 at the most, but it funded. The tiers were lackluster. I checked all over and never saw anyone supporting or excited about the stretch goals, but it funded. Collectors were complaining about not being heard regarding what they actually want in a Haslab, and no one involved in this project came close to acknowledging their concerns in an empathetic way, but it funded anyway. The Haslab project should be announced to the excitement of all collectors. There is no reason something of this magnitude should go down to the last 2 hours to find success. My hope is that the Hasbro team learns some valuable lessons from this. First, Haslabs don't have to be top secret projects. It is okay to interact with the actual collectors who buy the products. There are millions of us. Getting 10,000 to buy should not be hard labor. We know what you can create, so we also know when you're giving us something that is not up to par. You cannot put out a massive high-priced product and expect it to sell without consulting the parties you want to sell it to. Now, if you have focus groups helping with this process, it is time to get a new group of people because the current roster is sorely lacking knowledge about what Marvel Legend collectors are wanting to spend their money on. Second, I want them to learn that we are becoming much more discerning with our wallets. Fairly priced items people truly want will sell quickly. A lot of us are not buying complete waves just because they are Marvel Legends anymore. We buy enough action figures to know when something is a cash grab and when something is created with fondness and love for the characters and collectors. Do better, Hasbro Marvel Legends team. Please do better. Third, I hope they learn to be more open to discussion and debate about the future of Marvel Legends. Every time I see them interviewed regarding Marvel Legends or Haslab projects, they come across as a little less than empathetic or even sympathetic to the feelings of the Legends community. It's almost downright arrogant. Now, we understand you hold the keys to the empire, but you do not have to look down on the people who support almost everything you do. Collectors have many legitimate questions about the line they've been collecting for years, or maybe even want to start collecting anew. How you handle those questions and treat those collectors may determine whether or not they leave the line alone altogether. And now on to us. So after this highly debated project, what's next for us as collectors? The results of Haslab Giant Man can lead us to easily assume that there will be more of the same. They will put out mid-level product, and enough of us will buy it so the cycle can continue. The crazy thing is they put out just enough to keep us engaged. There's always one or two amazing figures amongst the line to keep us coming back, and therein lies the problem. As long as we keep coming back, they don't have to care. Make no mistake, I'm guilty too. I refused to help Giant Man get to 10,000, but I bought in at the end. That was my little form of protest. If it didn't fund, I would have been fine with it. But since it did, I bought one. My excuse this time is I'll need to review the figure when it arrives, or the Avengers need Giant Man on the shelf. I'm sure many other collectors had to talk themselves into ordering Giant Man, and that in itself is a problem. We all make excuses to ourselves for buying Marvel Legends, and Hasbro makes excuses to us for not creating what we want. And those are the biggest problems of all. Thanks for watching this video, and thank you for supporting this channel. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to know when the latest one drops. And until then, happy hunting.